7 debate weapons from Mehdi Hasan's book that crushed Daniel Bwala on live TV.
Tinubu, you said this. Tinubu and his people created a militia.
The first weapon was the receipt trap. If you want to destroy credibility, bring proof, not opinion, not accusation. Proof. So Hasan did something devastating. He pulled out Bwala's past statements, clips, quotes, old criticism, words spoken before Bwala joined the very government he was now defending. And then came the trap question. Do you still stand by what you said? Suddenly the debate wasn't about policy anymore. It was about credibility. And credibility, once cracked on live television, collapsed fast.
January 22nd, 2023, you said the petition against him involves massive corruption and misappropriation of funds belonging to the government of Lagos State, abuse of official office, conflict of interest. Tinubu, you said this. Tinubu and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we've seen a political party creating a militant arm leading to election. Your words, January 2023.
Context is everything.
There is no context.
I'm coming.
You didn't say that at a press conference on January 22nd, 2023. You're just denying.
I never said that.
Who said it then? A lookalike?
No, I don't know.
There's only one person in Nigeria who is alleged to have moved money through bullion vans, and that person is the presidential candidate. You said that on February 17th on Channels Television 2023.
Thank you for notifying me.
In fact, in 2023, you said that he bought his election. Did he buy his election?
At the time, I thought, but when it was...
You said it was so corrupt, the 2023 election, Tinubu's win. You said that you couldn't eat food for 3 days.
I never said that. Where?
Arise News, March 2nd, 2023. I became so sick for the past 3 days, I found it very hard eating food.
I'm sure you have a mistaken identity.
He brings old tweets and statements and then he uses it to confront Daniel Bwala. The structure is very simple. Quote the statement, ask the man, do you still stand by this? This creates a psychological corner. The opponent must choose between admitting they changed their position, contradicting their past words, trying to dodge the question. Any of this damages credibility in the eyes of the viewers. For television audience, visual evidence destroys denials.
20,000 schools in Nigeria have been shut in the last few months because of these kidnapping attacks.
Correct.
18 million Nigerian school children are not going to school.
Then Hasan changed the battlefield completely. He shifted the debate away from technical arguments and into moral judgment. Instead of asking about policy mechanics, he referenced the suffering of ordinary Nigerians, inflation, economic hardship, security fears, and suddenly, Bwala wasn't defending a policy anymore. He was defending the consequences of that policy. That shift is devastating in debate because logic can be argued, but human suffering cannot be dismissed without sounding cold.
The country we moved on, we are more interested about the deliverables that we have for the Nigerian people, and we look for opportunities.
Nigerians are very concerned about corruption, and 20,000 schools in Nigeria have been shut in the last few months because of these kidnapping attacks.
Correct.
18 million Nigerian school children are not going to school, according to the UN. That is the highest number anywhere in the world. Are you proud of that?
No, I'm not proud of that because
all that seems to matter to the Tinubu administration and past ones is the approval of the West. And I think this conversation between you and Daniel bears that out. It's what the US says, what the IMF says, it's not what Nigerians say.
Okay, so you see, you praise. Just one second.
We got to go to the break.
That's excellent. Yes, excellent.
Yeah.
You praise.
Are you okay with having the Americans bomb Nigerian people's homes?
I'm not aware of that one.
You're not aware of Morenike Saka, who said, I began to scream for help. I had to crawl my way out of the room. The missile tore through her apartment building, according to the Washington Post. How about Musa Soliu? I was in my room. I was buried under the ruins. I don't know how to restart my life. My belongings are destroyed.
Houses were...
Once the debate becomes moral rather than technical, the guest is focused into defensive justification. That psychological shift is powerful. The audience starts judging character, not just the argument.
You said it was money in the vans at the time. 2023, February.
Next came Hasan's most feared tactic, rapid fire interrogation, short questions, back to back, no breathing room, such like, didn't you say this? Wasn't that in 2022? So why the opposite now? This technique overloads the brain. A politician who came prepared with long talking points suddenly cannot use them. They are forced into reaction mode, and reaction mode is where mistakes happen.
People at the time said it was vote buying. Do you agree with that?
Who are the people?
You said it was done ostensibly for vote buying. Do you agree with Daniel Bwala or not? Please don't lift up a glass of water.
And at that time, where was I?
You were an opposition member.
Thank you.
So should we not trust you when you say things as
but what is the job?
And Tinubu, you said this. Tinubu
and his people never created the nations.
So why did you say they did on January 22nd, 2023?
I never said that.
How do we know? He didn't come out clean. You said he has to come out clean in 2022.
Okay, let me put it this way.
The brutal truth about television debates is that they are not designed to convince the person sitting across from you. That almost never happens. The real battlefield is in the millions of people watching at home, and the person who captures the emotions of that audience wins. This is where Mehdi Hasan becomes dangerous. Instead of arguing about policy, he locks his question directly into the anger and frustration of ordinary people. He doesn't speak like a politician, he speaks like the public. He brings up the things that are already burning in the people's mind: poverty, insecurity, corruption, the daily humiliation of a broken system. So when the guest answers, they are not just responding to a journalist, they are answering the anger of the public itself, and that is a trap. Because in that moment, the audience feels the host is speaking for them. The guest instantly looks like the defender of the system that hurts them. Suddenly, the stage is no longer balanced. One man represents public frustration, the other looks like he is explaining why the suffering should continue. And in that moment, the audience has already chosen their side. The debate is effectively over.
Casualty numbers, wrong direction. Poverty numbers, wrong direction.
Right, you know.
Do you accept then that the poverty numbers are going in the wrong direction?
Yeah, sure. It's like
that's the crucial one for a lot of Nigerians.
No, but numbers don't lie.
141 million people in 2026 are going to be living in poverty in Nigeria.
Then I explain,
62% of the population.
Then I explain to you why. Context matters.
You said this. Tinubu and his people created a militia.
You are quoting the things I said when I was in the opposition.
And I understand that's uncomfortable for you.
But
this is another most powerful technique Hasan explains in his book, Expose Contradiction. Humans hate inconsistency. If a person says one thing yesterday and another today, the audience trust collapsed. So Hasan did not argue. He simply placed the two statements side by side, past Bwala and present Bwala. Then he asked the question every viewer was already thinking: which one is the real you? When a debater is forced to explain their own contradiction, they are no longer attacking, they are defending their character, and defense is the weakest position in debate.
Let me ask you, where there is a terrorist
attack, I could also give you another source.
Conflict?
I mean, National Human Rights Commission. This is a Nigerian group. 2,200.
The person who controls the microphone controls the reality. Debaters are not just about argument, they are about who controls time, momentum, and narrative. Experienced interrogators understand this perfectly, and Mehdi Hasan uses it ruthlessly. When a guest begins long defensive speech, Hasan cuts in. Then the answer starts drifting away from the question, he cuts in again. When the guest tries the classic political move, pivoting to a prepared talking point, he cuts in again. Why? Because long explanations are a political survival strategy. Give them enough time and they will dilute the question, bury the issue in complexity, shift the conversation somewhere safer. Interruption kills that escape route. It drags the conversation right back in the uncomfortable point the guest is trying to avoid, and the effect on the audience is powerful. The guests start looking like someone running from a question, while the host looks like the only person in the room forcing accountability. So every interruption serves a purpose. It's not chaos, it is control. Because the moment the opponent manages to take control of the narrative, the debate resets, and a skilled interrogator like Hasan never allowed that reset to happen.